Oh, hey, yo, hey. I'm Annette here from Word on the Curb, and I just dropped by for a little bit tonight because I want to share a few things with you. First of which, we shouldn't show that. We'll just show the side bottle. Drink your water, eat your fruit, moisturize your feet, hands, and face, and mind your business. Otherwise, you're thirsty and dehydrated, and we don't want that now, do we? No, we don't. And so I have water and tea tonight. As you know, I suffer severe allergies, so I am always hydrating and preparing to do some really exciting things, right? But tonight, our topic, hey, Chris and Frank, wherever you are, stay out of trouble. I love green tea. I like all teas actually, but I especially like green tea. But I stopped in tonight because I want to talk to you about the real flex. And the reason we're talking about the real flex is because a lot of us are out here fake flexing and don't even realize it. And we don't realize it because we're so used to doing it, right? The real flex is life itself. And so many of us miss that, right? This episode is about, it's not about cars. It's not about owning businesses. It's not about how many houses you have. It's not about the clothes you wear, the designer things you're able to purchase. That's not a flex. That's what we do when we want um, to be noticed, right? So let's get into this a little bit. It's not the cars, it's not the cash, it's not the cash. The cash is good, but it's not the cash, right? It's not. It's just not. The real flex is something quieter, more stable, more engaging, more, can't get the seat right. It's something you might overlook. And we overlook it because of the rush of the grind. You know what the grind is, right? We tend to overlook the real flex because we're always grinding, we're always rushing, we're always attempting to do just a little bit more, to be a little bit bigger and a little bit better. But that's not the flex. The real flex is making your home safe. That's right, for you and your children, your family, right? Because every day we step into battle that we don't choose and didn't ask for when we go out, to grind, and still we return. So the real flex is a safe home. Making your home safe, being in your safe home, covered, protected, because not everybody has a place when their spirit can excel. Everybody doesn't have that. And having that is a flex. And it's not about the size of it, it's the comfort and it's the safety. That's the real flex, right? I want to thank those of you who are joining us now and who will join us later to review our podcast because that's typically what happens. You guys come back for it, and we appreciate that, right? The real flex is surviving the chaos. Y'all know anything about that? That's the real flex because every single day, excuse me, every single day, we're surviving chaos. When we step outside those doors that we call home, we will eventually, whether it's on the road to work, coming home from work, at the office, going to lunch, dealing with the bosses who don't know that they're supposed to boss work, and not people, that's chaos. And so we don't always ask for that. And with those deadlines, the traffic, the pressure that squeezes the weight out of us, not out of us, because if that's the case, I'd be slim and trim. But the weight that never seems to let go. I don't have that problem now. I'm retired. But prior to retiring, I had it just like everybody else. Hey, Karen, thank you for bringing this back from Louisiana, I think. Yeah, New Orleans. Thanks for bringing it back. It's a beautiful cup. Um, so surviving that chaos, but here we are. Here we are, breathing and still standing and still showing up. It's the real flex. This other stuff, the cars, the houses, the jewelry, the clothes, the designer things, the cars, that stuff is about being noticed. The real flex is about peace. It's about safety. It's about surviving the chaos. It's about it's not about clout. Finding peace in your home and surviving the grind. And every single one of us, if we are making a living, we're trying to survive the grind, right? So, those are the points. Here are the examples. The commute, the commuter who braids the stress and the return home to their families. The parent who creates a safe, peaceful home despite the outside chaos. These are examples, right? The survivor who keeps moving after illness, loss, and hardship happen. I'm a survivor. I've survived those things. I know what it's like. I know what the chaos of a job is like. And I know what the commute is like. I used to be nuts on the road going to work. Anybody who did 29, y'all know. If you've done 29, and some of you will have other routes, but if you've done 29, you survived some stress. Because then and now, it's still nuts, right? And so we have to redefine what success looks like for us, what the real flex looks like, how we work it, how we survive it, how we find our peace in it. Because peace, number one flex, right? You have to make protecting your peace a high priority. If you're going to really flex, you have to redefine success. If you're going to really flex, you have to celebrate your resilience. And you know what? We go through so much that sometimes we forget that if we just look back a little bit, we've come a long way. 10 years ago, I didn't know where I was and how I was going to make it, but I made it. Resilience, celebrating it, because showing up every day is strength in action. And you know what? The action gets traction, and that's what's real. So the real flex is life itself. It's making it home safe. It's finding that peace when you get home. And let me tell you this. While we're talking about finding peace in your home, remember that who steps in your home is equally as important as what you encounter outside your home. Because sometimes we invite chaos in and we might not realize it, but when we get a handle on it, we got to work our way up out of that. Sometimes we invite people, places, and things in our home that create chaos, and it starts with little things. you know um, Being around somebody every day in your home, including your kids, is about some compatibility. You have to have some things in common. And when you have absolutely nothing in common, I mean nothing, nothing, not your morals, not your values, not your ethics, not your the way you keep your home, not the way you cook in your home, not the way, all of that stuff matters. So when we're sharing space, we have to ensure that not only is there some reciprocity, with respect to how we respect each other, but it's also about being compatible in some things. Not everything, but some things. Be careful about the spirits you let in your home because they will create chaos. Not only do they create chaos, those spirits, those bad spirits, but they blame everybody else for it. So if you find that somebody's having chaos everywhere they go, you might want to look at them. And that's real, right? Flex is breathing and still showing up, still standing, because that's what strength looks like. Surviving the chaos that we're all going to encounter, no matter where we are, no matter where we live, no matter what we do, and no matter who we deal with. The real flex is life and living life on its own terms. That's the real flex. We flex about a lot of stuff. You know, it used to be bags for me. I don't care anything about bags today. I know better. I've learned better. If I'm going to carry somebody's brand, I want to carry somebody's brand who's branding in my neighborhood. If I'm going to buy art, I want to start with the people who live in my neighborhood because that's how we build our neighborhoods up. And if you miss that, you can catch it on the next podcast. So let's tighten it up, y'all. Let's tighten it up. Life itself and living life on life's terms is the real flex. And surviving chaos and being mindful of who, what, and how we let into our homes is very important because our homes are really, no matter whether they're this big, or gigantic big, there are castles. This is another home right up here. Keep the wrong people out because they can destroy your home before you even realize they're there. That's right. Reduce the stress. Live life on life's terms. That's the flex, baby. All that other good stuff, that's good stuff. And I'm going to tell you from experience. And this is my experience. You can have all the stuff in the world. If the life ain't right, ain't nothing right. If your home ain't right, ain't nothing right. If you're living from pillar to post, you ain't right. Get it together. My name is Annette. I'm here from Word on Curve. The real flex is life itself and living life on life's terms. Period. And that's on everything.